Okay, I'm actually in the Kremlin now, inside the Kremlin walls. And inside the Kremlin walls are a whole series of the government buildings, which are over there. The ones you can see from Red Square. The Presidium. And the State Senate building over there. The really interesting stuff is just around the corner here. You've got a whole series of cathedrals. This one here, which is the Cathedral of the 12 Apostles. And next to the Cathedral of the 12 Apostles, you've got the Cathedral of the Assumption. Inside the Cathedral of the Assumption is the tombs of all of the Grand Metropolitans and Patriarchs of the Russian Orthodox Church. And there's some incredible frescoes on the wall there, if you can make them out. They're slightly fading now. They're quite something. It's the Cathedral of the Assumption. And so that's the Grand Metropolitans and Patriarchs resting place of the Russian Orthodox Church. Next to that, behind the tree somewhat, oh, it's Christmas Day by the way, which is why there's millions of people queuing to get inside these things. And you can see the crowds of people at the bottom now. It's quite something. This is a queue of people to get in to these enormous cathedrals. And next to that there is the Cathedral of the Annunciation, which is the Tsar's private cathedral, and is in fact the tombs of all the Tsars prior to Peter the Great. Because after Peter, he moved the capital to St. Petersburg, and from then on they were buried in St. Petersburg. So all of the other Tsars are in there. The snow on the gold domes is quite something. And that's not all. That's 3 cathedrals, but we're not finished yet. Because in this square, which is actually called Sabor Plощad, or Cathedral Square, funnily enough, there's a 4th one, which is actually right next to me here. I might be able to get it all in. The Cathedral of the Archangel, which is there. Now let's try and get back a bit so I can get the dome in. There's a whole lot of policemen standing around. There's a white line just here. Now, I don't think if I step over it, they'll give me very much leeway. They'll probably smack me on the legs. So I've got to be a bit careful. Because there's a very distinct out of bounds area in this place. And that side of the white line is the government, and this side of the white line is open for tourism. And there's a lot of policemen hanging around, and I don't really want to test the white line. So this is as far back as I can get. And that's the Cathedral of the Archangel. It's an amazing complex. I mean, you get all these impressions of the Kremlin from like, the news and things as being this sort of dour palace. It's anything but. It's an absolute gem of incredible beauty. Surrounded by these incredible walls that were built in the 15th century. 6 meters thick and 60 meters high, or whatever they are. And inside is the most amazing collection of buildings you could ever imagine. It's absolutely beautiful. And here I am, Christmas Day, well, Orthodox Christmas Day, in Cathedral Square in Kremlin, in the heart of Moscow. Looking at things again from a slightly different angle. That's the Cathedral of the Assumption again. And just tucked in behind that is another little church. It's a church, not a cathedral, this one. And that's the Church of the Deposition of the Road. I'm not quite sure what that means, but that's what it is. There's multiple multiple cupulas on on the roof there. And then turning back slightly, and you won't be able to get a good look at this because unfortunately I can't stand back far enough to give it any justice, is Ivan the Great bell tower. That's Ivan the Great, not Ivan the Terrible. Ivan the Great is Ivan the Terrible's grandfather. And that was the tallest building in Moscow, and it was built in 1505, which is a long time ago when you think about it. Look at our buildings, and you can see one of the towers there. That's one of the towers that backs onto Red Square over there. So Red Square is just the other side of those with that tower and the walls itself, which are there. Those walls were built in the late part of the 16th century, late part of the 15th century, 1490 something. About the time that Columbus was sailing the seas, the Italians, believe it or not, were brought into Moscow to build these walls. And these beautiful towers. There's the Russian flag. And back. And there's the policeman, you see. Oh, they're stopping anyone going over this edge of the curve there. There you go. Whoop, he's just caught somebody. Anyway, there you go. She's inside the Kremlin. You can see I've got a much better view here of the bell tower. And the golden inlaid scripture on the top. There it is. Ivan's the bell tower. Now, I don't really know what's going on here, but it is Orthodox Christmas Day. And there are an awful lot of people waiting for something. They're all hanging around. They're all looking in the same direction. They're all looking into the middle of the square. There's an area that's been cleared by the police. It just looks like someone's going to arrive. I just don't know who. Maybe it's the Grand Patriarch. Maybe it's somebody else. I don't know. Something's going to happen. So I'm just going to hang around and see what happens. Apparently it's something like Children's Day in the Kremlin, and which is why there's all these kiddies walking around. But my broken Russian wasn't enough to get any much further than that. Children's Day. I couldn't quite work out what they were going to be doing. But, so yes, all the kiddies are coming in. I'm sure it all means something.